storytellers all over the world telling stories. Tonight you will hear some that are true, some from other countries, and one from America by perhaps our greatest storyteller, Mark Twain. My father was a St. Bernard. My mother was a border collie. Me, I'm a Presbyterian. This I know because my mother told me. I do not know these fine distinctions. All I know is that they're large words, fine-sounding words that mean nothing to me. But my mother, she has a fondness for such. She likes to say the words to the other dogs and watch them look surprised and envious of her education. It's not a real education. She gets these words by listening in the drawing room or the dining room where there is company, or from occasionally attending Sunday school class with the children. And when she hears one she likes, she says it over and over and over again to herself until she's sure she knows it and can keep it there until the next dog gathers. And then she says the word. And they all look very surprised at her, which gives her pleasure. Oh, do come in and sit down. It gives her so much pleasure to hear that. And sometimes she will be asked the meaning of the word. This is usually a new dog that's in the neighborhood. And when that happens, the other dogs just sit there and they wait because they know it's going to happen, because it's happened to them too. And she gives the answer, and they are so taken up with adoration for my mother that it never occurs to them to ask if that's the right definition or not, because she gives it so promptly and with what such authority that it sounds like the dictionary speaking. They just think she's so cultured. Unintellectual. In the course of 1 week, I heard her give 8 different definitions for that word, which shows to me that she has more presence of mind than culture. Now, there are some words that she will keep like a lifeline and throw out there in case she needs it like a life preserver. Synopsis. Oh. Synonymous, that was the word, synonymous. And when asked what it meant, she said it's synonymous with supererogation, or some other long reptile word like that. Now, occasionally she would catch hold of a whole phrase if she liked the sound of it, and she would drag it home and say the phrase. And the other dogs wanted to know what it meant, and she told them. She knew they didn't have the wit to catch her anyway. And, oh, she was quite a dog. But I know that sometimes she might be considered frivolous or silly, but she had such fine qualities. She was good-hearted and kind, and she taught me to be brave in the face of danger. Well, the year went by and it was time for me to be sold. My mother cried and I cried, and she comforted me by telling me that we are all put on this earth for a purpose and we must do our duty. She heard that in Sunday school class. And her parting words to me were, when faced with danger, think of your mother and do as I would do. Could I forget that? No. So I went to live with the Gray family. Oh, it was a beautiful, gorgeous house, big and airy, not a gloomy place in the whole house. And Mrs. Gray was so lovely to me. And she had 2 children, Sadie, aged 10, and the baby. And then Mr. Gray was a renowned scientist, and he worked in a laboratory. Now that is not a place you wash your hands like the college professor's dog told me. No, that's a laboratory. This is a laboratory. And it was full of things like beakers and bottles and wires and electrics, and try as hard as I might, I could not ever figure it out. Well, the servants were all good to me too, so you can see I had a nice life. And then I had my own puppy. Oh, my life was full. It was just the cutest little waddling thing you ever did see. And when it was down here on the floor, well, the servants would pet it, and the family, and they just made over that little puppy, and it gave me such great pleasure to see the folks with my puppy. And then summer ended, and winter came. Now, it was a cold winter day, and I was doing my guard duty in the nursery. I was asleep on the bed, and the baby was asleep in his crib, which had been pulled over by the fireplace, I guess, because it was so cold that day. And the bed had this gauzy tent thing over it. And I imagine what happened was a spark from the fireplace flew over onto that gauze, because I woke up and the baby was screaming and screaming, and I looked over and this thing was all on fire, flames. Well, I ran out of that room as fast as I could go. And then I remembered what my mother said. And so I turned around and I went back to that crib, and I stuck my head in the flames, and I got the baby by the waist, and I pulled it, and I tugged it, and I put the baby on the floor, and then I pulled it, and I pulled it, and got the baby out the door, and I'm dragging the baby down the hallway, and all of a sudden Mr. Gray, he came, and he had his cane raised, and he said, "Begone, you cruel beast!" And he brought the cane down. Well, I got out of the way, but he raised it and started hitting me again. And I went back and forth all over the hallway, and then the cane got my paw, and that hurt. And I cowered, it hurt, and I was like this to get ready for the other blow. But just then the nurse comes running out and goes, "The nursery's on fire, the nursery's on fire." And Mr. Gray dropped the cane, and he ran away. And I didn't know why he hit me. And my paw hurt. And he would come back and he would hit me some more. So the only thing I could do was find a place to hide. And I remember this dark stairway that went up to the attic. And I lived up that stairway. It was full of boxes. And I wiggled my way between some boxes. And I just laid there whimpering, and then I licked my paw and I felt a little bit better. And there was this commotion, and then the house got very quiet. And then all of a sudden, I heard the worst sound in the world. They were calling my name. Over and over, they were calling my name. And I just scooted back some more in the boxes and whimpered and licked my paw. And they called it over and over. It wouldn't stop. And then it got dark and it got quiet. And then the next morning it started all over again. They kept calling my name all the time, and it lasted all day long. And then when it got dark, it got quiet again. And I thought, I will escape. That's what I'll do. I'll sneak out of the house some way. But I couldn't leave my puppy. And by the next day, the hunger and thirst were driving me mad. And they were calling and calling all day. Then it sounded like somebody was in the attic. It was very quiet. And I heard her saying, "Oh, please come to us, my oh please, oh please. It was Sadie! And I jumped out and I ran over and she hugged me and kissed me and I licked her face a lot. And she just hugged me and then she kept yelling, she's found, she's found. And they all came up and got me. And they came bringing me down to the kitchen and they were all petting me and calling me a heroic dog. Heroic means agriculture. I learned that in the kennel, and agriculture is synonymous with intramural. I didn't understand any of that, but they just kept me and told me I was heroic. The whole family, the servants were just petting me like crazy, and then through the days, why all of these strange people would come over and they would pet me and they would call me heroic. Oh, that word over and over again. I was given only the finest delicacies to eat and they could find no bed soft enough for me. And more people came and sometimes they would ask what happened to my paw and the family would just hang their head and look very ashamed and then they would change the subject. Well, one day, 20 scientists came with Mr. Gray and they went with me into the laboratory. And Mr. Gray set me on the table and he said, I'm telling you, this dog has reason. This is not just instinct, this dog has reason. And then they started talking about optics or something, about how if you hurt a part of the brain, it will make you blind. And Mr. Gray said it would, and the other scientist said it wouldn't. And Mr. Gray said they could only prove it by an experiment. And then they kept talking more about optics, and they'd set me on the floor, and I didn't understand any of it, so I just curled up in a corner and went to sleep. Well, then it was summer. And one day, Mrs. Gray and the children came, and they told Puppy and they told me that they were going to be gone for a while. They were going to go visit kinfolk. Well, as I said, the servants were very good to me and to Puppy, and so we had a good time playing in the yard. And one day, all those scientists came back, and they picked up Puppy and took him into the laboratory. And I followed. Oh, it always gave me such pleasure when people paid attention to Puppy. And they set Puppy right up on the table, and they crowded around, and all of a sudden, Puppy gave an awful scream. It was awful. And they set him down on the floor. His head was all covered with blood. And he went this way, and then he walked this way, and this way, and this way. And Mr. Gray said, see, I told you. He says, blind as a bat. Well, then Puppy found me and huddled up against me, and I licked all the blood off Puppy's head. And Puppy just laid next to me, just shivering and shaking. And then Puppy got very still. And pretty soon Mr. Gray called for the footman and told him to go bury Puppy in the garden. I was so pleased. I followed along behind it. Only last summer I had dug holes with my paws for Sadie, and Sadie had put seeds in the hole and covered up the seeds, and then we waited, and in a few days up came a little flower, and then it got bigger and more beautiful. Oh, I would hardly wait to see what Puppy would be. Puppy would come back a handsome, full-grown dog. So I just laid right there. And the servants kept trying to get me to come in, but I couldn't leave Puppy. I just stayed right with Puppy. And so then they would bring me water and food to eat. But I was really too excited to eat. I just laid there. And then some days went by, and I couldn't stand up anymore. And I guess it had been about 2 weeks, and Puppy still hadn't come up. And Cook came out and began to pet my head and say, those poor children, they will come back tomorrow and want to see their heroic dog and their puppy. And who among us will have the courage and be brave enough to tell her? And that's A Dog's Tale by Mark Twain.
Thanks for watching this video. To learn more, scroll down to the information window below. It's going to look similar to this one. And while you're there, you can also find a clickable link to our website, storytellersguildofanchorage.org. Here you can learn more about our group and get information on new and upcoming events. And for more videos like this, please also check out our YouTube channel, Storytellers Guild of Anchorage, by clicking here, right below the video title. It's going to take you to our channel page where you can see more videos like this one. See you next time.